As we go into a merger, an acquisition, and we integrate two companies, putting them together, we're going to think in part around how to design a function. So in this instance, I'm going to use HR, but we might redesign finance, IT, sales, marketing, any sort of part of the company. So we might think of countries or areas of the company or product lines. Sometimes we're run through product lines and divisions. So just thinking about, if we had a blank bit of paper, how would we do it? So we can come to a starting point, an understanding of where we'd like to be in the near future, 2, 4, 6 years down the road. And then thinking about what we actually have. So we actually have people in our HR functions on both sides of the company. And what is the most cost-effective way to move to our end state? And we might not move to our perfect end state. So obviously, in this example, we're thinking of the perfect end state, like we're at business school or we have a blank bit of paper, and then we do a more realistic one. So let's go into this discussion. Firstly, going to define what we need in HR. So I'm going to define that as strategic partners, change agents, experts around particular administration, and employee advocates. So in defining what we want, we could do the same in sales and marketing, defining different types of salespeople with different skill sets for different products or services. So in defining what we want or what exists, we can then discuss what we actually currently have and where we might want to go to. And so in the solid box, the solid square in the middle, I'm putting in lines saying how many people have we got? We've got 35 strategic partners in this particular example, in this 2 companies, and 20 change advocates. So what I might do is draw in one line saying one company, company A, the dotted line might be company B, and then I could draw in a third red line of where we'd like to be in a few years' time. And so understanding the resource and skill sets of each company and how we'd like to put it together. So designing that firstly from a first scenario, if we think of scenario planning, first scenario, ideally what would we want? Now, when we cost the changes of moving from where we are today to our end state, that might be too much cost to make that full change, and we might say the benefits of moving to that end state aren't worth the cost. And so we might come to some sort of hybrid model in doing it more slowly, certainly changing people's skill sets, resource over a slower period of time. We can do that through training, and that's a more cost-effective way. That will be much slower than changing people around, exiting people and hiring people in. We also keep the knowledge around the company. Obviously, it depends how well our company is doing. Sometimes we want to change the company, so we change the people. And coming to a better second scenario, which still has many of the qualities we want in our end state, and we might call that our target operating model, or our end state. And so just moving towards that in an appropriate manner with an appropriate cost, giving an appropriate benefit. So what I'd like to do in thinking about our integration is think about where we need to land and the people that go around that. So when we think about IT, we quite regularly have larger changes because we're actually changing some of the programs. Are we going to use SAP or Oracle? So there's a different knowledge skill set around that. But sometimes we change the technology, and we're seeing technology changing relatively rapidly at the moment. And so over a period of time, are we changing from a particular technology we have today to another technology? And do we need a different set of people or different skill sets, and how are we going to move towards that? I'm Danny Davis. I've helped plan and run the European side of a $6 billion deal running across 30 countries with 30 work streams in each country. I've written the book M&A Integration, How to Do It. You can get it on Amazon. And I've been a guest speaker at London Business School for the past couple of decades. I do coaching, training, and obviously consultancy around M&A integration.